Hare Krishna. So, welcome everyone. Welcome all the devotees for joining today. We are beginning a wonderful series of discussions, which is called as 5S series. We'll be discussing five very wonderful concepts, very wonderful principles, which are needed for any devotee to advance in spiritual life, beginning with sadhana. So, the 5S, uh, the five topics which will be there are sadhana, Swadhyay, Sadachar, Seva, Sanga. The five very important pillars of our spiritual practices. Without them, the practice of spiritual life becomes really dull. If all these things are not there, then it is very difficult to practice spiritual life. One time, one person came to one devotee and told, Prabhuji, ISKCON में सब अच्छा है, बस ये दो चीज नहीं रहेगा ना, everything else is wonderful. And prasad is great, kirtans are great, yatras are wonderful. बस ये दो चीज आप निकाल दीजिए अपने इस्कॉन में से। मैं बोला क्या निकालना है भाई? वो एक आप तो एक एक घंटा बिठा के सुनाते हो ना, वो नहीं रहेगा तो बहुत अच्छा होगा। और दूसरा जो आप ये चैंटिंग करने को बोलते हो, these two things are boring things. So I was wondering, I was thinking, वो ये निकल गया तो what is there in ISKCON? These two things, they are the most important basic pillars, foundational stones of our society, and for that matter, for spirituality. So the more we understand the importance of sadhana, beginning with sadhana, the more we'll become rooted. As all of us have heard many times, Srila Prabhupada, he told that 99% of our devotional practice depends on chanting. So it is a very important, powerful statement. Because when we hear this thing, we think, सच में ऐसा है क्या? मतलब बाकी सब कुछ 1%, पर chanting is 99%. मैं इतना जो मेहनत कर रहा हूँ, सेवा कर रहा हूँ, that is only 1%. And my entire study of scriptures is 1%. And sadhana and chanting is 99%. How is it? Yeah. So we should understand that whatever we are doing, it is to make our chanting more and more powerful. Nandagopal Prabhu, should I put everyone to mute, or no? I can just give them the option.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can put everyone on the mute, Prabhuji. Yes.
If any of you have any questions, please raise your hand, and then I can unmute, or Nandagopal Prabhu can unmute, or somebody is there, and we can have some questions also. So the process of spiritual life begins with chanting, it continues with chanting, and it doesn't end with chanting. It goes on with chanting. The chanting is the means and chanting is the end. One time, one person came to Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, what do you get by this chanting Hare Krishna? मैंने मिलता क्या है आपको? तो कुछ लोग बोलते हैं ना, मिलता क्या है भाई, आप लोग इतना ऐसा हरे कृष्णा करके कूदते रहते हो, डांस करते रहते हो, क्या मिलता है? Another person came to say to Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, what do you do for recreation? ना आपके जीवन में मजा है कि नहीं कुछ? क्या आप लोग ऐसा बोरिंग जैसा लेक्चर सुनाते हो और हरे कृष्णा करके बिठाते हो, और क्या है ये? Srila Prabhupada said our whole life is recreation. 4 in the morning, 4 o'clock, 4:30, gets up and starts dancing. We have some BTA devotees here. एक साल 5 बजे उठ के भाग के मैराथन 5 बजे की दौड़. After just putting that P, that itself is an achievement, and there is an ecstasy in that. साहिल है यहाँ पे, साहिल को बताओ मतलब कुछ तो अलग मजा आता है पी लगाने में. आज का विक्ट्री हो गया, conquered. So externally it may look, अरे ये तो एक्सटर्नल ऐसे दिखावा कर रहे हैं यार आप लोग, but no, it is not दिखावा. The act of putting that P in front of the Lord, we are showing our commitment. मैं आज भी आया, I will come. कितना भी लेट सोया, I am still there today, my Lord, just to show my commitment that I want to get this taste. मतलब हम सब लोगों को भक्ति में कुछ ना कुछ कभी ना कभी तो मजा आया है नहीं. Some of us has experienced some joy, some yatra, some kirtan, some festival. प्रसाद में तो आता ही है, प्रसाद में पूछने की जरूरत नहीं. Currently now I am in JJ hostel का प्रोग्राम था. I can show you, we have wonderful deities of Jagannath ji in JJ. These are the wonderful deities.
Hari Bol.
I just came here on Thursday, so आज मैं सोचा चलो इधर ही बैठ के हम लोग लेक्चर भी कर लेते हैं. So this, when the devotees they come and start chanting, it is a different experience. In the beginning days, it may look that अरे बहुत मेहनत है भाई. In the beginning days of ISKCON, our only impetus to come for program was what? Prasad milta hai kuch. When I was in JJ, Gaurang Prabhu would come, and he would come with one dabba of khichdi and one dabba of pineapple butter halwa. आज लग्जरी हो गया वो. हमको हर हफ्ते मिलता था, जैसे वीटीओ वालों को हर हफ्ते स्वीट राइस मिलता है ना, बाकियों के लिए वो लग्जरी है. वो 3 महीने में एक बार आता है. तो हम लोग को हर हफ्ते यहाँ पे बटर हलवा और खिचड़ी. सो एक दिन प्रभु जी was getting late, so he came early and he told one person कि भाई तू बाद में खिचड़ी और हलवा ले आना. So as he entered JJ hostel का room, one devotee says, प्रभु जी आप अकेले आए हैं आज? प्रभु जी बोले नहीं नहीं, बटर हलवा खिचड़ी आ रहा है. हाँ ठीक है प्रभु जी, आइए ना, आइए, सब लोग वेट कर रहे हैं आपके. So that was the impetus for every one of us कि भाई खिचड़ी मिलना चाहिए, हलवा मिल जाए पास. But slowly, as we started coming, we all started developing some attraction for chanting. Now a question to all of you. All of us have developed some taste. कभी ना कभी कुछ ना कुछ मजा आया है भक्ति में, थोड़ा किसी फेस्टिवल में, कीर्तन में, लेक्चर में. Nothing comes free in this world. We have to pay a price for everything. Can anyone tell me? You can unmute yourself if you like, or you can put on the chat. What is the price needed to develop that taste for chanting? Any thoughts? Any guess? क्या चाहिए? तो अगर chanting है मजा आना चाहिए नहीं. Our sadhana should be joyful. क्या होना चाहिए उसके लिए? What is the basic thing which is needed? Any thoughts?
हरिकथा.
Sorry?
हरिकथा.
Okay, हरि कथा सुनना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. We should hear about Krishna regularly. Okay, anything else? Okay, some devotees are putting on the chat. Association of devotees, willingness, dedication and consistency. Subal Go Prabhu is saying, Sahil Prabhu
सेवा
is
करना
saying,
पड़ेगी.
consistency in developing relationship and investing emotions. Yes, somebody said something.
सेवा करनी पड़ेगी.
सेवा करना, वो सेवा करनी पड़ेगी या सेवा करनी है? That is also important. The way in which we are doing seva. अरे सेवा करना पड़ेगा, क्या करें? I remembered something अभी इससे सेवा करनी पड़ेगी से. जब हम लोग शुरू में चैंटिंग करने लगते हैं, a devotee goes through various stages. The beginning stage in our sadhana, our chanting is, नए लोग रहते हैं ना, अभी some of you may be न्यू और थोड़ा एक हफ्ते या एक महीने या 2 महीने से चैंटिंग कर रहे होंगे. Why the young devotee ऐसा नया नया वाला क्यों चैंटिंग करते हैं मालूम है? I am told to chant. मुझे प्रभु जी ने बोला है कि माला करनी चाहिए, इसलिए मैं माला करता हूँ. I am told to chant. Then after spending few months in Krishna consciousness, he comes to the next level of understanding and consciousness. Now, he is little mature devotee. He has heard some of the philosophy. He has associated with devotees. He comes to the next level. Now he thinks, I have to chant. मुझे chanting करना पड़ता है यार. Chanting करना है. Now told to chant नहीं है इतना, कोई बोले या ना बोले, but I have understood कि भाई chanting करना चाहिए, chanting करना पड़ता है. After spending some more time in Krishna consciousness, one goes to the next level. Can anyone guess what can be the next level? I am told to chant. I have to chant. उसके बाद क्या आता होगा? उसके बाद क्या आता है? उसके बाद आता है I need to chant. चैंटिंग करनी बहुत जरूरी बात है. हाँ, ये नहीं करेंगे तो नहीं टिकेंगे. I need to chant. It is for my survival in bhakti. I need to chant. After spending years and years, then one reaches the next level. I want to chant. मैं चैंटिंग करना चाहता हूँ. कुछ भी हो, मन करे या ना करे, मुझे तो करना, मैं करना चाहता हूँ, कुछ भी हो. And then after many decades, maybe one comes to the next level. I like to chant. You must have seen many senior devotees, very committed, very dedicated, wherever they are, whatever time they sleep, they are there for morning chanting. And when one gets completely purified, then the highest stage is I love to chant. I like to chant, I love to chant. So I was asking this question of what is the impetus? Okay, some devotees is saying, okay, what is the price we have to pay? Blessings of devotees, okay, listening to lecture, giving up material pleasure, Bhagavad Kripa, to go back to Godhead. That's the desire that we may need. Okay, ठीक है, सब बहुत अच्छी अच्छी बातें बोल रहे हैं. All are wonderful, all are right. But if you go deeper, there is one thing which is underlying all these things. That is the answer given by Srila Rupa Goswami in one of the books called as Padyavali. Okay, somebody is saying time. We have to give time. समय देना पड़ेगा. अच्छा. Purity in sadhana. Okay. Rupa Goswami spoke a very beautiful words. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati kriyatam yadi kudopi labhyate tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukritir nalabhyate. Rupa Goswami says, कृष्ण भक्ति रस. रस चाहिए ना, कृष्ण भक्ति का मजा चाहिए कि नहीं? भक्ति में चैंटिंग में मजा चाहिए ना, थोड़ा मजा आना चाहिए भाई. कब तक ऐसा बोरिंग जब करते रहेंगे यार हम लोग? कब तक हम लोग सोचते रहेंगे अरे यार मेरी 16वां माला कब हो जाएगी? हाँ, मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ. आप लोग ऐसा हाथ उठाना, कितने लोगों को ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस हुआ है जपा करते टाइम, ऐसा जपा करते करते ये ऐसी वो, कितने लोग यार वो बड़ी वाली नहीं आ रही है, कब से कर रहा हूँ मैं, वो बड़ा वाला बीड़ी नहीं आ रहा है, किधर क्या हो? you know how many if you have taken out the mala from your bead bag and say हाँ आ रहा है आएगा है भविष्य उज्जवल है, और कितने लोगों के हाथ से ऐसी माला करते करते ऐसा झटकी मारा और माला छूटा, तो फिर तो जैसा फ्रस्ट्रेशन आता है ना, क्या बताएं फिर. हाँ, दैट इज. और वो भी ज्यादा फ्रस्ट्रेशन कब आता है जब माला खत्म होने वाली हो और तब छूट जाए तो और लगता है, अरे यार कब थोड़ा 1 मिनट और रुक जाता तो मेरी माला हो जाती। अपना हालत तो ऐसा है, ऐसा घिस घिस के रो रो के हमारी माला हो जाती है। बट कब तक ऐसे ही करेंगे हम? कब तक हमको ऐसा, वी शुड हैव दैट फीलिंग, I want to chant regularly. I want to chant quality rounds. I'm assuming that most of the devotees who are attending, they are chanting regularly. And 2 माला 3 माला 4 माला से 16 माला वाले सब लोग होंगे. At whatever level we may be, because we have taken to this process of chanting, we have understood some of the basic principles. We have accepted this path. So why not do it nicely? If we want to get the maximum advantage of anything, we should do it nicely. We should know the basic way in which we should do it. So Rupa Goswami says, Krishna Bhakti Rasa. Krishna Bhakti ka ras chahiye na? He's saying, Priyatam yadi kutopi labhyate. You buy this rasa wherever it is available. भाई खरीदना पड़ेगा तो कुछ पे करना पड़ेगा, नहीं? What is the price we have to pay for this? Tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam. He says there is only one price we have to pay, that is laulyam. Laulyam means we should have that desire and greediness. I want it. I want to develop that taste. I want to chant more better. I want to chant in a better way. Because this process of chanting, which we are doing, this sadhana, it is not an ordinary thing. This mantra, manatrayate iti mantra, that which delivers the mind from all the wrong things, from comparing mentality, criticizing, complaining. We keep on doing these things, right? We can't focus on what we are supposed to do. We can't focus on our studies. We can't focus on our reading of the scriptures. Why? Because our mind is distracted. If the mind is distracted, we cannot achieve anything nice. It is very, very important to clean the mind of the wrong things. And there is only one thing which can do it. That is mantra. The chanting of the names of the Lord, it is a very, very powerful tool to purify the mind and to develop connection with the Lord. It is not an ordinary thing. We have seen in the world there are various levels of powers. There is a chemical power. We can see in the missiles and all the fire weapons. They work on chemical power. Higher than that is the nuclear power. More subtle, but more powerful. Higher than that nuclear power is the mystic power. These great sages of the past, they could create planets just by chanting mantra. They could destroy planets. They could create anything just by chanting mantra. Mantras are very powerful. Even higher than mystic power is spiritual power. That comes by chanting of the names of the Lord, the spiritual names. And in this age, staying in 21st century, as a student or a working professional, we should know how to tap this power. The most powerful thing in the entire creation. We have access. But the problem is, we don't believe it. We think, पता नहीं काम करता है कि नहीं, पता नहीं मेरे को मूर्ख तो नहीं बना रहे। नए नए लोग ऐसा सोचते हैं। नए स्टूडेंट्स को कैसा सीनियर लोग ऐसा बोलते हैं, ए तू जा रहा है नए हरि बोल के प्रोग्राम में, ये ज्यादा घुसना मत, हाँ वो खाली खिचड़ी हलवा खा के आ जाना वापस, नहीं तो वो तेरा भी हेयर स्टाइल चेंज कर देंगे वो लोग. Our faith is very fragile in the beginning, and the more one chants, the more one prays to the Lord. You know what is the meaning of this Hare Krishna mantra? We are praying to Srimati Radharani. Hare Krishna and Ram, the three words in this Hare Krishna mantra. Hare is the name of Srimati Radharani. Krishna, Supreme Lord, Krishna is Hari, one who steals away. What he steals? He steals away our mind. He's so very beautiful. He steals away our anarthas. He destroys our anarthas, conditionings. He destroys our bad habits. He is called as Hari. And Srimati Radharani, she steals the mind of Krishna. That's why she is called as Hara. And when we address Srimati Radharani, she becomes Hare. So when we are chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, what are we doing? We are praying to Srimati Radharani. Oh Srimati Radharani, please engage me in service of Krishna, who is all attractive, and please engage me in service of Ram, who is source of all pleasure. So that's how we have to understand when we are praying, it is a prayer. When we are chanting, it is a prayer. It is not an ordinary thing. It is a prayer we are making to the Lord. Ultimately, devotional service, spiritual life is all about offering prayers. हम लोग बहुत बार chanting करते हैं तो we are not there. It is like firing empty bullets. We are chanting, but we are not there. हरे कृष्ण तो बोल रहे हैं और मन में कुछ और ही चलते जा रहे हैं. हाँ? कुछ लोग तो ऐसा फास्ट माला करते हैं कि लगता है कि कौन सा मंत्र बोल रहे हैं. There are 5 P's of chanting. These 5 things should always be taken care of while we are chanting. First is the pronunciation. First P is pronunciation. Please try to pronounce each and every word properly. Don't try to skip words. Every word of this 16 words mantra should be pronounced. एकादशी जपा मत करिए. एकादशी जपा मतलब क्या होता है मालूम है? हरे कृष्णा राम राम हरे हरे. हाँ, इतना फास्ट कर रहे हैं कि 2-3 शब्द खा ही गए. Please try to chant each and every word beginning with Hare. That first word Hare is very important. The person who has just started yesterday and the person who is chanting since last 20 years. For both, it is important. The first word Hare. The first word Hare is the prayer to Srimati Radharani we are making. It should be clear. It should be very, very nicely pronounced. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Pronunciation. Second P is the pace at which we are chanting. कुछ लोग ना इतना फास्ट करते हैं ना माला कि लगता है राजधानी चला रहे हैं. मतलब उनको भी समझता नहीं क्या बोल रहे हो, और बगल वाले को लगता है कि भवरे गुनगुना रहे हैं. गुनगुना रहे हैं भवरे, ऐसा लगता है. Chant at a pace where you can hear all these words properly. Please don't rush. Holy names of the Lord, they are non-different than the Lord. Srila Prabhupada would always say, in the material world, the name of a person and name is different. But for the Lord, the name and the Lord, they are not different, they are one. Nam Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddhau Nityamuktav Abhinnatvat Namanamino. Abhinna hai, they are non-different. Nam and Nami. A question to all of you. If somebody wants to make relation with some friend, what is needed? क्या चाहिए होता है? क्या क्या करना पड़ता है अगर if you want to make friends with some person? Any thoughts?
Common interest.
Okay, we should have some common interest. Okay, ठीक है. और क्या करना है? किसी के साथ आपको फ्रेंडशिप करनी है, कन्वर्सेशन करना है. ओके, ठीक है. ददाती प्रतिगृहणाति. ओके, ठीक है. What else?
Should be having
Give
some
them gifts, spend time. Okay, ठीक है. हाँ, this spending. And the Prabhu is, very rightly pointing out, not just spending time, but quality time. Quantity and quality both are important. Quantity time is very important. If we want to develop a relation with anyone in this world, quality time is important, quantity time is important. So after spending some months or maybe years in Krishna consciousness, हम quantity तक तो पहुंच जाते हैं. 7-8 माला, 10 माला, 12 माला, 16 माला, we reach there. But quality time is important. The pace at which we are chanting, that is crucial. Please don't rush. कहीं भगाना नहीं है, कहीं लेके नहीं जाना है हमको भाई. हमको भगवान से संबंध बनाना है ना. We want to develop relation with God, right? And for that, quality is very important. Because ultimately, you cannot impress Krishna by your numbers. We have to commit to one number. We have to reach to 16. But just by chanting 16 rounds, you cannot please Krishna. Krishna is pleased by quality. Quality pleases Krishna. Consistency pleases Krishna. There's a beautiful statement I heard. Consistency pleases Krishna more than the brilliant flashes of devotion. एक दिन मैंने बैठ के एकदम 64 माला किया और आगे के 64 दिन गायब. मतलब Krishna will not be pleased कि भाई इसने एक दिन 64 किया and then he is not chanting at all. Please be consistent. At a proper pace, please chant. इतने भी स्लो नहीं करना है कि भाई आपकी माला हो रही है, एक माला करने के लिए you are taking 20 minutes. Some people come and tell me, Prabhuji, I take 30 minutes to chant one round. मतलब कौन सा माला कर रहा है भाई? कौन सा मंत्र चैंटिंग कर रहा है? कि भाई आधा घंटा लग रहा है. नहीं नहीं प्रभु जी, मैं ना गाते गाते माला करती. One person literally told me, है ना प्रभु जी मुझे वो अच्छा लगता है, sing. That is good. But that is in Kirtan. One round should not take more than 7-8 minutes. Max 9, 10. 10 तो ठीक है, चलो 10 तक भी पहुंच गए चलेगा. 15 मिनट 20 मिनट लग रहा है, बाप रे, मतलब कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. Pronunciation, pace. Third thing is the place where we are chanting. If we are standing in the middle of the road and chanting, what can we expect out of our chanting? Try to be with the devotees and chant. Whoever, wherever you are staying, in hostel, in base, try to come together and chant. Base is anyways, the systems are there. They have to come for chanting. But most of the times it is not the case. We are staying either in homes or in hostels. try to make some Zooms groups where you can come and chant. That is a powerful experience. And if you get a time to come together physically and chant, there is nothing like that. Place is very important. Pronunciation, place, pace, and fourth is very, very important. Prayerful mood. When we are chanting, it is not just a mechanical movement of our lips. It is a prayer we are making to Krishna. Some devotees, they have this, habit of making some prayers in the beginning of chanting. They pray to Srila Prabhupada to give strength. They pray to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They pray to Srila Haridas Thakur, who is the Nam Acharya. Because ultimately, life is fragile. We have to handle with prayer. If we are not praying, we can't advance in spiritual life. One time, Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he was doing a book launch of Journey Home. And one reporter came and said, Swamiji, you have written such a wonderful book. Are you an author? You know what Srila Prabhupada said? What Maharaj said? Maharaj said, I am a prayer. So Maharaj said, I just pray to Krishna and Krishna inspires me. And then I write. So it is very, very important to be prayerful in our chanting. Then we will develop that desire to chant regularly. It should not be a mechanical thing to be Sola mala ho gai. Whatever rounds we are chanting. ऐसा बस खत्म कर दिया मेरा माला बस आप तो फीडबैक को ऐसी जगह रखो ये दिखना नहीं चाहिए भाई दिखता है तो टेंशन आता है अभी सीधा कल ही देखेंगे इसको ना be in a prayerful mood. The more we are prayerful, the more we are telling Krishna, we are showing that I need it, I want it. Laulyam, we began with that laulyam. We should have that eagerness to develop a desire to come close to the Lord. The chanting of the holy names of the Lord, it is like cleansing of our mind. It is cleansing of our subconscious mind. As the first rains come, who goes to clean the mountains? Who goes to clean the trees? The rains, first rains cleanses everything. Similarly, as soon as we start chanting the names of the Lord, the names of the Lord, they enter our ears if we allow them to enter. Otherwise, अंदर घुसता ही नहीं, मुंह से निकलता है, कहाँ चला जाता है पता नहीं चलता है. When the names enter the ears, प्रविष्टकर्णरन्ध्रेण स्वानां भाव सरोरुहं धुनोति शमलं कृष्ण सलिलस्य यथा शरत्. Pravishtakarnarandrena, when the sound vibration enters the ears and goes to the heart, that means what it means for the sound vibration to go to the heart, that means we are prayerful. We are conscious that I'm chanting. Then what happens, Dhunoti Shamalam Krishna. Krishna, he purifies the heart of all the conditionings, of all the bad desires we have in our mind, in our consciousness. Lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, illusion. Gradually, it will get purified. It will not happen overnight. You should not expect miracles. One student came and he was asking one of the devotees, Prabhuji, भगवान के दर्शन कब होंगे? बोले यार कब से माला कर रहा है तू? 1 हफ्ता हो गया प्रोजी, 1 हफ्ते से मैं पूरी 2 माला रोज कर रहा हूँ. So we should not think yeah, this process works ऐसा कि मतलब it works provided we do regularly, consistently, without unnecessary expectations. There is a wonderful thing given in Srimad Bhagavatam about the process of chanting. The process of chanting is like our digestive fire. There are 3 qualities of digestive fire. When we eat, digestive fire absorbs the nutrients and destroys the waste material. The process of chanting, it creates good qualities and it destroys our bad qualities, bad desires. Second quality of the digestive fire, it digests slowly. ऐसा तो होता नहीं है ना, अभी प्रसाद लेके उठे और next meal should be ready. It takes time, right? Digestive fire takes time to digest the food. Similarly, the process of chanting takes time to purify. When we do this chanting regularly, it is आजकल वो ऐसा ट्रेन में ऐसा बहुत सारा लगा रहता है, फुल आज चैलेंज 24 घंटे में समाधान, बाबा राजा मुराद बंगाली. It is a challenge. Anybody who is practicing this chanting, इसमें बहुत कुछ लिखा रहता है, मेरे को याद आ रहा है, वो कारोबार में नुकसान और क्या जाने दो, अभी यहाँ बोलूंगा नहीं मैं. एक बार तो मैंने देखा कि सब बाकी सब लिखा था 16 फॉन्ट में और नीचे से 24 फॉन्ट में लिखा था, प्यार में धोखा खाए प्रेमी प्रेमिका एक बार अवश्य मिले. It is a challenge. If anybody says, I chanted 4 rounds regularly for over 6 months and I am not experiencing any change in my life, you can go ahead with your life. For sure, it will happen. Some change we will experience, positive change. It is not a experiment which is being done. Anyone can experience this. Just commit to this process. हम लोग कितना कुछ नया नया ट्राई करते हैं ना लाइफ में. Try this also. Bhagavatam describes this. Bhakti pareshanubhavo virakti अन्यत्र चैषात्रिक एक काला प्रपद्यमानस्य यथा श्नतस्यो तुष्टि पुष्टि क्षुतपायोनुघासम. As we eat, 3 things happen simultaneously. One gets nourished, one gets satisfaction, and hunger decreases with every morsel of food. When we practice this chanting of the names of the Lord, this Hare Krishna mantra, our devotion will increase in our heart. We can experience the presence of Lord in our life, and we will get detached from the wrong things of the world. It is not an experiment going on. Prabhupada, one time, Swarup Damodar Goswami Maharaj, the famous scientist, he came and he was talking to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, we need to make some institute to preach the scientists. So Prabhupada said, yes, we should make. And I was also thinking, Prabhupada also told many times that we should do something to preach to scientific community. So he was asking Prabhupada, what should we name our institute? And Prabhupada said, what do you think? He said, I was thinking we should name it as Bhaktivedanta Research Institute. Prabhupada said, why research? All research is already done and the results are published in Bhagavatam. So there is no need of research. We should name it Bhaktivedanta Institute, BI. It is a time-tested formula. This process works. And the testimony, there are many devotees who can give testimony for this, how they are benefited. It works. One time, in the beginning days of ISKCON, there was one thief, a big thief, big time thief. He was running from police. And as he was running, he saw ISKCON temple. And he thought maybe this is the right place to hide. So he entered the temple. And the devotee said, "Who are you?" Said, "I want to stay here. I like this place." Because Steve thought the police will never enter the ISKCON temple. So the devotee said, "Okay, we can give you a place, but you will have to, get up early in the morning, 3:30. You have to attend chanting, Mangala Aarti. You have to do 2 hours of chanting. Bole, whatever you say, I will do." जीवन और मरण का प्रश्न भाई जो बोले करेंगे. Accepted everything. He shaved off. He started getting up early in the morning. Cold water bath. 2 घंटा माला कर रहा है. मतलब कैसे भी मर मर के माला किया उसने. Then you would go for doing book distribution also. It is not so easy to make a show of chanting. Radha Gopinath once he was telling, earlier he was taking care of Gurukul. And छोटे बच्चों को ना chanting वांटिंग बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं रहती. So छोटे बच्चों को they would tell at least एक माला तो आपको करना है. And nobody was enthusiastic. One morning after Mangal Aarti, one small boy, he was very enthusiastically shaking his hands in his bead bag and he was saying, "Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna." तो सबको लगा यार इसको इतना क्या हो गया आज? How he is so excited to chant today? So Radha Gopinath called him. He said, "क्या हो गया?" बोले, "नहीं बोल chanting में मजा आ रहा है." बोला, "अच्छा, दिखा तेरा bead bag." And he saw there were no beads in the bead bag. बोला ऐसा ही हिला रहा है, "हरे कृष्णा, Hare Krishna." So this thief, he was chanting every day 2 hours. Dhak maar ke kar hi raha hai, he has to chant. Now, he spent like this 2-3 months. After 2-3 months of doing chanting, attending Mangalarti, doing Seva in the temple, doing book distribution, his mind transformed. He realized what I was doing. He realized it is not good. I am so sinful. He went to the temple president and said, "You have heard of that person, that thief?" And that devotee was shocked. "Arey, entire world is searching for that thief. I don't know where he is." This person said, "I am that thief." So the devotee was shocked. "Huh? How come you?" He said, yes, I just came here to, escape from the police." Devotee said, "First thing you do is go and surrender to police." And this devotee was really transformed by them. This thief, he went and surrendered to police. And the police, he said, "How come you have come on your own?" They were shocked. He was presented in the court. The judge asked, "What was your daily schedule in that Hare Krishna temple?" So he said, "I would get up early in the morning, 3:30, take cold water bath, attend a prayer meeting, then chant 2 hours, then attend discourse, then go for distributing books. Whole day I am busy." So the judge said, "This is worse than jail. You go back." And that's how he was released. That is the power of chanting. Anybody can experience this, provided we are sincere about it, provided we are doing it regularly. The mind has to get cleansed. It is not that pata nahi hoga ki nahi hoga. I don't know whether this process works or not. The process works provided we have faith in it, provided we are doing it regularly, provided we are doing it in association of devotees. We'll hear about Sanga also. Harer Nam, eva kevalam kalau nastyeva gatiranyatha. There is no other way than chanting of the names of the Lord. chanting of the names of the Lord, it is the most powerful way to develop relation with the Lord. It is not an ordinary thing which we have received. It is the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who has given us this simple process of chanting. Srila Prabhupada, he would tell that the process of chanting Hare Krishna, this Hare Krishna mantra, it is simple but not easy. Can anyone tell me why this process is simple but not easy? Any thoughts? Any guesses? Why this process of chanting Hare Krishna mantra, it is simple but not easy? Why very few people they come to Krishna consciousness first of all? Is it simple? Is it easy? Any thoughts? Because nobody likes to do difficult things in this world, right? Nobody takes a long cut. Everybody wants shortcut. This process of spiritual life, we have heard many times, simple है, एकदम simple ही है, ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. Okay, why it is difficult? Yes, Sahil is telling. Okay, before that, Mayur said something. Because the moment we try to meditate on the names of the Lord, so many thoughts come from the mind. Okay, that's why it is difficult. Okay, simple because we have to just hear, yes, and not easy because mind doesn't allow it. It's simple process, but not easy. Yes, it's simple because क्या करना है? खाली चैंटिंग करना है. और डिफिकल्ट इजी क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि खाली चैंटिंग करना है और कुछ नहीं करना है. दैट इज द डिफिकल्ट पार्ट. सिंपल खाली चैंटिंग वही सबसे बड़ा डिफिकल्टी है. खाली चैंटिंग कैसे करेंगे? बिकॉज माइंड डजंट अलाउ इट. द माइंड is always ready. You know, one time one devotee thought, how many of you have experienced कि यार chanting में ऐसे creative ideas आते हैं जो कभी नहीं आए. Chanting में तो ऐसा creative juices are secreting. होता है ऐसा किसी के साथ? One time one devotee thought, यार इतने अच्छे आइडिया आ रहे हैं, नोटबुक लेके बैठता हूँ, लिख लेता हूँ. After one round of chanting, he had 108 ideas. Every mantra is giving new idea. Wow, क्या productive chanting है मेरा. Wow. And after chanting was over, he realized more than half of the ideas were waste. That's our mind is expert in tricking us. Mind, you know, our Maya Devi knows us better than we know ourselves. Maya can devise 108 ways how to stop this devotee from chanting. You know, शुरू के दिनों में कैसा होता है? अभी 1-2 महीने से चैंटिंग कर रहा है डिवोटी. उसका माइंड क्या बोलता है मालूम है? His mind says, his difficulties आज करें कि कल करें. आज चैंटिंग करूं? नहीं यार, कल से करेंगे, कल से. आज ऑलरेडी बिजी चल रहा है लाइफ. आफ्टर a few months or so, थोड़ा भी लेवल आगे आ जाता है. You know, he comes to the second level. सुबह करें कि रात में करें? यार सुबह तो मुश्किल है. सुबह एक्सरसाइज भी करना है. सुबह तो एकदम प्रोडक्टिव क्रिएटिव माइंड रहता है, अच्छे आइडिया आते हैं, तो एक काम करते हैं, रात में करते हैं. फिर आफ्टर few years pass by, now the question is 16 माला सुबह करें कि थोड़ा शाम के लिए भी रखें. That's the evolution of our devotees' consciousness. Our mind is always giving ideas why not to chant properly. The biggest thing which should be avoided while we are chanting is our basic mobile. That is the biggest distraction. We have heard about the 10 offenses in chanting the names of the Lord. And the 11th offense is it is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. That 11th offense is the mother of all other offenses. The basic thing which we can do to improve our chanting is while we are chanting, try to keep your mobile, at least for if you are chanting at one go, 8 rounds, if possible, please don't keep mobile for those 8 rounds. If not possible, at least 6, 7 rounds. Try to make some commitments. Please show to the Lord कि भाई मुझे आगे बढ़ना है भाई, नहीं तो फिर चलता रहेगा ये बहुजन्म करे यदि श्रवण कीर्तन तबुत न पाए कृष्ण पदे प्रेम धन. If we are not attentive in our chanting, we may keep on chanting for years. We will not get the desired result. It will be like firing empty bullets. The best thing is to get up in the morning and chant with devotees. If that is not possible, at least whenever we are chanting, try to chant in a peaceful place. If most of our rounds are happening when we are traveling, then it is a concerning question. We should think about changing our lifestyle. If most of our chanting is happening while we are traveling, that means there is some major problem with us. एक दो दिन समझता है भाई, चलो भाई, some days are hectic. But if regularly it is happening, that means we should think what I can do to improve my rounds, quality rounds. If we are not working on our quality of our rounds, it will be very difficult. हमारा chanting हमेशा burden ही रह जाएगा हमारे लिए. It will never become a happy experience. Some of the devotees must have thought, यार ये बड़े devotees chanting करते हैं, कितना अच्छा लगता है उनको देख के, such sincere, such serious, attentive. I also want to chant like them, right? Some of us feel like that when we see senior devotees chanting. But खाली देखने से नहीं होता है, खाली ऐसा इच्छा करने से नहीं होगा. We have to work on it. And we have to take some practical steps to improve our quality. Because Krishna, he is interested in our, of course, our intentions, but our intentions should ultimately transform into our actions also. Because endeavor gives rise to mercy of the Lord. If we are not endeavoring to come close to Lord, if we are not endeavoring to chant properly, if we are not endeavoring to come in association of devotees and chant, this chanting will always remain a theory for us. It is very, very powerful way to develop our relation with the Lord. It is a very, very powerful way to increase our focus. It is a very, very powerful way to purify our mind in this world full of distractions, the world which is full of garbage, all the obscene things. And many times we find our determination falling short to resist the temptations. And we wonder why this is happening to me. Why I am not able to resist the temptation of seeing wrong things. Because we never worked on our mind. We never decided and made the determination to say no to these things. Why that determination doesn't come? Because we never chanted properly. We never prayed properly. Because Krishna himself tells in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam vadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Krishna is not a sadist. कि भाई मजा आता है इसको, इसका इतना पिटाई हो रहा है, मजा आ रहा है और मारो इसको. No. She is waiting, बाबा ये कब सुनेगा मेरा, सुन ही नहीं रहा है. He is not praying to me. He is not chanting properly. How can I help him then? The more we are prayerful, the more we will develop that determination to chant properly. The more we develop that determination, the more we'll receive mercy. The more we'll chant properly, the more we'll receive mercy. And we'll see these temptations will not remain a huge thing to resist. It will happen for sure. It is not that पता नहीं होगा कि नहीं होगा. अभी तो बाहर से इतना हम डाल देते हैं कि भाई हालत खराब हो जाती है. First of all, we should stop the external distractions. Then the internal distractions will come. Try to be focused in chanting. Try to resist the temptation of seeing wrong things. Try to be with the devotees. Please be in prayerful mood. And over a period of time, you will see miracles happening. अभी मतलब जितने भी लोग यहाँ पे अटेंड कर रहे हैं, all of us can look back and think about the day one of our Krishna consciousness. And now, is there a change? Have we changed a little bit? Have our thoughts changed? Have our desires changed? How that has happened? For sure it has happened, right? बहुत कुछ बदल गया ना हमारे जीवन में. क्या क्या बदल गया है ना. हमारे फ्रेंड्स बोलते हैं ना, क्या हो गया यार, ये पहले तो ऐसा नहीं था. ये पहले तो ठीक ठाक था यार, हमारे जैसा रहता था. ये अभी पता नहीं क्या हो गया. We have changed a lot. Our desires have changed. Our aspirations have changed. How does that has happened? By regularly chanting, by being with devotees. And the more we chant attentively, Ajamil, he chanted the names of the Lord indirectly. Can you imagine just a person who is chanting the name of his son? He got delivered the sins. Ajamilopi agadhama mrityupashadamuchyata. Yamaraj is saying, oh Yamdutas, just see the power of the names of the Lord. Namocharan mahatmyam hare pashyata putraka ajamilopi agadhama mutashraddhaya grinan. Anyone
मालूम
who
पड़ा मैं
indirectly,
18 बनाने का
he gets benefited. He gets purified. Not to speak of if somebody chants regularly, attentively. It is unimaginably powerful weapon we are carrying. But the problem is we don't know how to use it properly. हम लोग को लगता है पता नहीं यार भारी लग रहा है, फेंक दो क्या. बीड़ बैग इतना भारी लगता है यार, पता नहीं यार क्यों पकड़ा दिया, कब पकड़ लिया मैंने, कैसे फंस गया. वो यात्रा में ना टाइम वन डिवोटी अभी भी 16 माला करना शुरू किया था उसने. वो कार्तिक यात्रा में गया. एंड नए नए डिवोटीज का एंथुसियाज्म कैसे रहता है, प्रभु जी जो सेवा बोलो सब करेंगे. बोले किचन में जरूरत, अरे किचन में प्रभु जी सेवा करेंगे, बोलो आप क्या सेवा करेंगे. वो सुबह 2:30 बजे उठना पड़ा. अरे 2:30 बजे क्या, 1 बजे उठ जाएंगे. तो 16 माला करना शुरू किया है अभी. तो वो एंथुसियाज्म में 2 बजे से 2:30 बजे तक 4 माला हो गई. और ऐसे जैसे तैसे बीच में 2 माला और कर ली उसने. 10 o'clock in the night he came back, entered the room, और सामने फीडबैक. और फीडबैक देख के तो उसको याद है, अरे बाप रे 10 माला बची है यार. तो वो बगल वाला डिवोटी बोला क्या हो गया है. वो देख ही रहा है ना, he is not getting the courage to pick up that feedback only. तो दूसरा डिवोटी एंटर्ड द रूम एंड सेड क्या हो गया. तो नहीं यार 10 बज गया और 10 माला बची है. तो बोला तो नहीं, मैं सोच रहा हूँ यार मुझे ISKCON में लेके कौन है. पहले ही लाइफ में इतना प्रॉब्लम था, अभी ये माला भी करने के लिए कैसे पकड़ लिया मैंने मालूम नहीं. हाँ? So these thoughts come, but no problem. Even if we are not feeling enthusiastic to chant, still we should chant. That's the way we are showing the Lord, I want it. We began with that laulyam. I want it. I am greedy for it. If we are not greedy for it, why will Krishna give us? वो हमारा फीडबैक हमेशा भारी लगेगा हमको, कभी उसको उठाने की इच्छा नहीं होगी, कभी हमेशा सोचेंगे यार वो 16वां माला नीचे जाता है ना, वो काउंटर कैसा मजा आता है, नहीं शांति सुकून मिलती है, नहीं वो हमेशा वैसे ही रह जाएगा। वो 17वां माला करने का कभी मन ही नहीं करेगा। So wherever we are, either we are chanting 1 round, 2 rounds, or 16 rounds, please try to be prayerful. Please try to understand that this mantra is not an ordinary mantra. It can create miracles in our material life by making us more focused, more productive, bringing out our good qualities, and developing connection with the Lord. Yasyasti bhakti bhagavati yakinchana sarvair gunaiस्तत्र samasate sura harav bhaktasya kuto mahadguna manorathena sati dhavato bahi. Yasya asti bhakti, anybody who is doing bhakti to Supreme Lord, sarvair gunaiस्तत्र samasate sura, all the good qualities manifest. One gives up all the wrong things gradually, good qualities manifest. It is a win-win situation. There is nothing to lose in this process. It is all wonderful process. So humble request to all of you, please take to this process seriously, regularly, consistently. Consistency pleases the Lord more than the brilliant flashes of devotion. Please remember this. Chant regularly. 4 माला कर रहे हैं, please chant regularly 4 rounds. And with the aspiration, I want to increase it. Always remember this. I want it. Unless you have this, it will never happen automatically. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here. Thank you very much for this opportunity to serve. Harinam Prabhu ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaur Vilas Pro. It's a very wonderful session. Really, it's very nourishing. Just like there is a question there at chat, like there are 7 P's you said, like what is the 5th one devotees are asking, and we are asking what is 6th and 7th also. Please kindly explain.
फिफ्थ वाला पी मेरे को भी याद नहीं आ रहा। पेस, प्लेस, प्रोनाउंसिएशन, और क्या था? I just posture. Yes, thank you, Subham. Thank you. Yes, posture is very important. 5th piece, posture. कैसे चैंटिंग करना है? तो चलो पोस्चर के ऊपर मेरे को एक याद आया। एक बार ना बेस में ना एक बार एक डिवोटी ऐसे चैंटिंग का क्लास दे रहे थे, बोल रहे थे, when devotees chant and sit and chant, Krishna stands and listens. When devotees dance, Krishna goes into ecstasy. So therefore, please chant properly. क्लास हो गया। क्लास के बाद एक डिवोटी सो के चैंटिंग कर रहा है, तो दूसरा डिवोटी आके बोलता है, अरे नालायक, कुछ तो शर्म कर यार, अब भी सुन के आया है क्लास, क्या कर रहा है? तो बोलता है, प्रभु जी आप मेरा भाव नहीं समझ रहे। बोले क्या भाव है तेरे को? वो प्रभु जी ने क्या बोला, आप बैठ के चैंटिंग करते हैं तो कृष्णा खड़े होके सुनते हैं, आप खड़े होके चैंटिंग करते हैं तो कृष्णा डांस करते हैं। तो प्रभु जी, मैंने क्या सोचा, कृष्णा को क्यों कष्ट देना है? मैं सो के चैंटिंग करूंगा तो कृष्णा बैठ के सुनेंगे ना। तो ऐसा खुराफाती दिमाग है ना, डिवोटीज लगाते हैं कभी कभी। So posture is important. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Although chanting can be done anyway, but if we are sitting properly and chanting. और प्रभुपाद का एक ये है ना, टेप रिकॉर्डिंग का, जपा का टेप है, उसमें प्रभुपाद बोलते हैं ना, sit properly. Sitting properly is very important. Thank you, Shubham. Any questions anybody has? Nandu Prabhu.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Bruce, you can ask a question. We can have 1 or 2 questions.
Okay, it
Okay.
seems you.
Yeah. I think yeah, how to invest affection and emotions in chanting. It appears dire and impersonal sometimes.
Hmm, many times. For sadhakas, currently, this emotions and affection for us is translated as our sincere prayers in the beginning of our chanting. When we sit for chant, we should pray, we should make affirmation that this is the most important part of my day. Pray to Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Haridas Thakur, Ramacharya, prayerful, always being prayerful. Automatic emotions will come in due course of time. At present, we can show our emotions by showing our consistency and always being prayerful. Purijan Prabhu, in the Japa book, he writes that actually we can make a small prayer in the beginning of every mala and in the beginning of every mantra. We can just, it will not have, we should not spend much time in that, but in a split second, we should make our determination. Okay, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Now I'll listen to this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That determination, ye sununga, ye sununga, that is investing affection. That is how we can cultivate emotions. To the extent we are determined to chant attentively. Adav Shraddha, Sadhu Sanga, Bhajana Kriya, Anarth Nivritti, then comes Nishtha, and then comes Ruchi. Ruchi means spontaneous taste for chanting. It will not come even at the stage of Nishtha. But a devotee who is at the stage of Nishtha, he still chants with determination, expecting the mercy of the Lord. He has the firm faith. Ram Navami is coming in few days. Lord Ram himself tells, Sakriteva prapannoya stavasmi iti chayachate abhayam sarvada tasmai dadami etadvratam mama. Lord Ram tells, when Vibhishan comes and surrenders, everybody is questioning, oh Lord Ram, please don't give him shelter. Lord Ram says, what to speak of Vibhishan, O Sugriva? Sugriva va Vibhishan yadi va Ravana swayam. Even if Ravan comes, I will give him shelter. Why? Because I have taken a vow. Sakrit, even if once somebody comes and tells, oh Lord, I am yours. तब अस्मि इति, मैं आपका हूं भगवान. बस एक बार बोल दो, भगवान एक्सेप्ट करेंगे. भगवान बोलते हैं, what he says? Abhayam sarvada tasmai. I give fearlessness. That is my vrata. So Lord is waiting for that determination of surrender. बस करना है मुझे. I want it, I will do it, and Krishna will show mercy for sure. That's investing affection. How to balance study and bhakti? Our process of balancing is always a dynamic balance. It is not a static balance. Sometimes we have to give some more attention to our studies, but whatever our studies may be, our basic practices of chanting should never be compromised. If I am chanting certain number of rounds, whatever may happen, I will chant. When our exams come, it is not just our exams in material sense, that is our spiritual exam also. Our exams are tests. They test our academic studies and spiritual studies both. How? They test our faith. How much we have accepted कि मैं ये chanting करने से ना भगवान कृपा करते हैं. Krishna will surely show mercy. So we have to always understand this principle. Chanting should never be compromised. Sometimes we may have to do something. चलो भाई सुबह में नहीं हुई माला, शाम को वही एग्जाम है, बहुत कुछ चल रहा है, बट माला तो रोज होनी ही है. The basic balance should always be there, but while balancing our studies, we should not put in our chanting on a lower scale. And if you really find it difficult, go and ask some senior devotee. He'll tell you how to chant, how to balance our studies. Hare Krishna. How to avoid procrastination. Try to be with a person who is very steady in his practice of bhakti. That is the easiest way to avoid procrastination. You become what you associate with. अगर आप ऐसे व्यक्ति के साथ बैठे हैं, वो बोल रहा है यार मुझे तो मन कर रहा है आज चैंटिंग नहीं करें, यार मेरे को भी कब से वही कर रहा है मन, चलो साथ में आज दोनों मिलके ना एसोसिएशन में हम लोग सो जाते हैं, कल से चैंटिंग. ऐसा कैसे होगा फिर? Try to be with a person who is determined to chant. Association is contagious. It is more contagious than COVID. Just be with a person who is strong and you will develop that determination. That is how we can avoid it. अभी एक डिवोटी अनमोल पूछ रहे हैं मैक्सिमम टाइम वी शुड टेक टू कंप्लीट वन राउंड. अच्छा आंसर भी आ रहा है नीचे. 7 to 10 minutes in average. चलो ठीक है. अनमोल बेटा ये ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछा है, हाउ टू अवॉइड स्लीपिंग व्हाइल चैंटिंग. लो अर्जुन ना, it is said that Arjuna was such a Krishna conscious person. While sleeping, he would chant the names of Krishna with every breath. Krishna. अपना उल्टा होता है. वो सोते सोते चैंटिंग करते थे, हम चैंटिंग करते करते सो जाते हैं. We should understand this. It is a science, jokes apart, it is a science. Whenever we are feeling sleepy while chanting and we don't do anything about it, what are we doing? We are training our mind. You know what mind thinks? अच्छा, chanting का time मतलब सोने का time. We are giving training to our mind, Whenever you feel sleepy, immediately get up. Wash your face or do something and chant. Walk and chant. If we continue to sleep, और चलो जो लोग ना ऐसा ग्रुप में चैंटिंग करते हैं ना, सर्कल बना के, उनको ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस होगा. आप चैंटिंग कर रहे हैं, आप देख रहे हैं बगल वाला सो रहा है, उसको हमने उठाया तो ऐसा देखता है, मुझे क्यों उठाया? वो एक्सपीरियंस. वो बोलता है कि ये उसको ऐसे देख के ऐसा क्या है, मैं समाधि में जाने वाला था यार, तुमने उठा दिया मेरे. The person who is about to sleep, he never accepts that he is sleeping. But that's the advantage of chanting in circles, association. So accept the feedback when somebody says, "बेटा तू सो रहा था." नहीं मैं कहाँ सो रहा था, मैं तो एकदम जगा हुआ था. So please understand, it is a difficult thing because we don't have taste, na. Any boring activity we fall asleep. Chanting is boring for our mind, तो सो जाते हैं हम. But give training to your mind. Get up, chant. No, it will not happen so easily. 10-20 साल भी लग जाते हैं, बहुत साल लग जाएंगे, कोई बात नहीं. But don't feel discouraged. Whatever may happen, even if you sleep, no problem. Even if you feel sleepy, no problem. Get up. Don't just go on sleeping. वो तो सबका प्रॉब्लम है, नींद तो सबको आती है chanting. Okay. You narrated that story of thief who joined the temple for 2 months. I don't know who is that devotee. I've heard about that devotee. What to pray and how to pray before starting chanting. Yeah, I discussed this in our class. What to pray? We can make a brief prayer. That this is the most important part of my day. Oh my Lord, please give me the strength to chant your names, pray to the holy name, pray to the Guru Parampara, pray to Srila Prabhupada that please give me strength to chant. Oh Srila Prabhupada, I want to chant properly. Pray to Haridas Thakur, who is Namacharya. Pray to Harinam Prabhu. And of course, everybody can make their individual prayers. मुझे लगता है मुझे ऐसी prayer करनी चाहिए. Okay. Okay, this is the last question we can take. If we surrender to Lord completely, what if we feel that we do not feel to work anything, do not feel to do anything? So, while doing other things still, uh, can you explain the question? Any last question? वो एक last question रह गया था. If we surrender to Lord completely, जिसने भी पूछा है मयूर सोनी, can you please explain this question? If you can just speak.
Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Prabhuji, sometimes what I feel that, when we come to the temple, being the association of devotees, and if we feel that, we do not feel to do anything, and when we come outside, still we sometimes feel that, no, we do not have to do anything. If we want to do this only, why do we do anything else in the world? Why do we have to work? Why do we have to do anything? Sometimes it feels like that, and our complete interest goes into chanting, to the seva, and this only, but do not like to feel any material thing, any job or so. After doing all, after doing everything, household things and all material things also, and following few things from the devotees, whatever they say, chanting 16 rounds, following all four regulative principles, still it is considered as a surrender. What is exact surrender?
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. I think you are a right candidate to join Brahmachari Ashram. Sometimes, our mind is very expert in giving excuses. There's a wonderful statement we should know. Detachment from this world does not mean irresponsibility. If we are in the world, we should learn to take the responsibility of what we are doing. It is not about being irresponsible. If we are working, we have to take the responsibility. We have to give our best, because if you are in the world and if you're not giving your best, you know what impression we are giving to the world? Anybody who takes to spiritual life, they become like this useless people. They are good for nothing. If you have decided to dedicate your life, that is a different thing. That also requires lots of responsibility in other field. But if we are in this world working, take full responsibility, because when we are taking the responsibility, we are telling people that it is a serious business I am doing. I am not running away from my responsibility. At the same time, I will keep Krishna consciousness as my priority. And that responsibility purifies us. When a person, as a householder, or a person who is working, or a person who is student, they take responsibility of their studies, of their job, of their family, of their society, keeping Krishna in the center. That responsibility purifies them. That responsibility brings them closer to Krishna. So that should be the mood. Arjuna was running away from responsibility, right? I don't want to fight Krishna. Just like you are saying, I'm feeling detached. Why should I get into all this trouble? Just I feel like chanting. I feel like, doing bhajan. Krishna said, no, you can't do it. You have to follow a responsibility. So if we are feeling detached, if we are really interested in that, VTA ज्वाइन कर लीजिए, VTA शुरू हो रहा है. Otherwise, it is just our mind running away from responsibility. Because you know what will happen? When you will commit yourself, will not do anything in the world, will commit yourself to the process, your mind will run away from spiritual responsibilities also. So that is how mind tricks us. Okay? We have to make
Right.
schedule in our life. How do I want to advance in spiritual life? If you have committed to the process of household life, please do it completely. If you want to follow renounced order, please do it completely. Don't stay in between, either hot or cold. If you are lukewarm, Jesus said, I spit at you. So take the responsibility of your studies or your job or your family, keeping Krishna in the center, spirituality as the priority. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gaur Vilas Prabhu. It was a very wonderful session, and the questions were very wonderful also, and very nicely learning things, all things. So we thank His Grace Gaur Vilas Prabhu for this wonderful session, and let us chant 3 times Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And all the devotees were very enthusiastic, but I want to really thank to IOS Shivdi group, all the 6 devotees sitting
Today
there,
I can
led
see
by
Baldev
Baldev
Shakti
Shakti
Prabhu
Prabhu.
and all the devotees sitting. Thank you,
Hari
Baldev.
Bol.
And all the devotees
Then,
enthusiastically listening.
yes. Yeah.
Thank you for inspiring me. Hare Krishna.
So thank you to all the participants, and we expect you to be there on 1st May also. And but the devotees are saying we should hear more from Gaur Vilas Prabhu. Let us see whether he has a free time that time also. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dandavat
Hare
pranam.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
IOS
Yeah. Thank you, Gaur
ISKCON
Vilas Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
की जय. Nandgo Prabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you for this opportunity to serve. We'll stop here.
Gaur Prabhu ki jai. Gaur Prabhu ki jai.